Hello.
Hello. Yeah, can I speak to Mr. Swaroop Akila?
Yes, speaking.
Yeah, Mr. Swaroop, this is Manish here from California. We have a technical discussion study at 3 p.m.
Yeah, correct. I'm waiting for the same. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. So
Okay.
is this the right time to speak with you, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So can you just briefly tell me about what are your roles and responsibilities in your current job?
Yeah, sure. I have 5 years of experience in DevOps, and I have exposure on different DevOps tools. What we are using right now in DevOps practice. I have good experience on continuous integration using Jenkins and Apache Maven script for build tool and version control system as Git. And apart from that, I have good exposure on infrastructure maintenance by using AWS Cloud. And
Mm-hmm.
for maintaining the local infrastructure, I have hands-on very good experience on Vagrant, where we will be creating servers for test and development environment. Once the testing or development is done on that server, then we used to clean those servers and get back the data which is memory which is allocated to that servers. And coming to configuration management tool, I have exposure on a Ansible configuration management tool, where I have knowledge on running the Adobe commands and running the playbooks for maintaining the automation for infrastructure in our current environment. And in my current project, like it's related to US pharmacy healthcare domain, where we are maintaining almost 2000 servers. For each pharmacy, we have hosted one server on Amazon EC2, and for that we are providing the support. And whenever the new requirements are new pharmacy, they are requested at the time, we used to host a new server and do the same configuration on the new server which we have created. And apart from this, I have done
So
one.
are you managing all these certifications, or you have some what's the configuration management for that? Like whenever you want to launch a new server, you just run a script and it will set all the thing on its own.
Yes, exactly. We used to do it
So
from Amazon console on the AWS console. With they used to give different specification like CPU and the RAM size, depending upon the area and how much traffic they will be getting. Based on that requirement, we used to configure those things. Like, I mean, the server when we are launching.
manually, that is you're launching the server manually, and after that for the configuration, like how you are doing this configuration management?
Configuration management part is something like, I mean, for see
Like,
pharmacy.
see, whenever you launch a new server,
Yes,
it will be like a blank slate.
correct, exactly.
So you need to install something on it, like you need to install a Tomcat, network
Yes, yes.
gateway,
So those things
Apache.
we are doing with Ansible.
Okay.
So Ansible, like, I mean, we are writing playbooks like for Apache. Also, I have written playbook where you want to tell me the playbook, like the syntax, how we used to use those.
Just I'm just like asking you, like,
We are using Ansible for
on a brief, like how are you managing that? Was actually
so
asking.
so for few of the customers we are using Ansible, and recently for two of our customers we have implemented Docker. So Docker in the sense like we are creating an image for already existing server where we have did the setup for entire configuration. We used to take a image of that one, and on a newly launched server, after fresh installation, then we used to install the Docker engine, and then we need to run that Docker contain from already created image, so that the same configuration will be available on the container what we are running from that Docker image. So these two scenarios we have implemented till now, but still, like, I mean, a lot of things are there right now. The POCs are going on, and those things are in progress right now.
Okay.
So, and basically, I mean, like, apart from this, I have knowledge on IBM WebSphere application server and Unix, like, I mean, day-to-day activities on Unix operating system only. So I have knowledge on Unix as well.
So, like as you told me that you are managing a 2,000 servers.
Yes.
So, what you are using, what you are using for like monitoring this?
We are using CloudWatch, like, which is an AWS service. Yeah.
You are depending on cloud for monitoring.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
And what you are using for notification, like SES, SMS, SQS.
So we are using SQS.
Okay.
And apart from this, we have for few of the modules we are having remedy alerting, which we have configured with AWS and Netcool alerts as well. Whenever we have some critical production issues or something like that, we used to get a ticket, and based on the priority and SLA, we used to.
A small question.
Uh-huh.
Small question actually. Sorry.
Yeah.
In your resume, you have mentioned in web technology, professional summary, you have mentioned in the web technology section, you have mentioned Tomcat, Apache,
Yeah.
3:3:3.
Sorry.
You have mentioned Apache 2:x, 3:x. So this is Apache 3.0 release?
No. So I think it's my mix actually. I was just I need to put something there, so I just made Apache Tomcat. I think I did something wrong.
You have mentioned Tomcat, Apache, then 2x and 3x. So 2x I understand that variation.
Yes. 3x like no.
It's not really.
Yes. And the thing is like there should not be comma as well in between. It should be Apache Tomcat. Logically.
Apache Tomcat only.
Yes, sorry for that. It's a miss. I need to correct that.
Apache Tomcat, then it should be something 6, 7, 8, something like this. Because 2x and 3x are pretty much real.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever set up MySQL replication?
MySQL replication?
Master setup.
No. We have few of the cloud formation scripts which we got from DBA team. So whenever we required, we used to run those cloud formation scripts only. But I am not much involved in database side.
Not the cloud formation script, but in the cloud formation, database application. It happens at the database level, if by chance your master got failed or some issue of that time, for the high availability, you should have another service in standby.
For that we have did load balancing is there, similar kind, but database side I don't have much idea, the scenario what you are asking right now.
Right.
So load balancing we have created for database servers as well. Whenever one server goes down, at the time, automatically our load balancing server will route the traffic to one server, and meanwhile we used to get a notification that the server is down. At the time, we used to involve our database team as well to resolve that, and then we used to bring up that server. Then the load balancing will show the status is sending the traffic for both the servers.
Can you tell me what's the maximum size of file which can be directly uploaded on S3?
S3 bucket, it's 4 terabyte, which will be stored as an object, and it will be stored in a bucket, and the maximum 100 buckets we can create for an AWS account. If you want more than 100 buckets, then we need to raise and request for AWS, so that based on their approval they used to assign the next buckets.
Have you worked with Apache, a plain Apache server? What we can HTTPD in terms of Red Hat we can call it?
Yeah, admin part I didn't did. I do installation part. Rest of the things, remaining teams who are working exactly on the application, they used to do. Our team mainly is responsible for doing the setups for them. Yes. Yes.
What you have done in IAM then?
I am identity access management, where we used to create the users groups and assigning the roles for them. Based on
customization you need to do, or you have done?
Sorry?
Any customization you have done apart from the standard?
No. We use Docker for writing Docker files, by using Docker Compose. Those things, it's only for 3 months work. Why? Because we are doing one POC, so only on that POC we have did those things. Actual work is not started yet for a Docker as well.
What's the difference between an A record and a C record?
A record?
and a C record.
ANSI. ANSCI, you are asking.
A record and a C record in a DNS, what's the difference?
Sorry, no idea.
Can you tell me the difference between EBS and S3?
EBS is elastic block storage, which is more persistent data storage. Whenever we launch an EC2 instance, the data will be assigned like EBS storage volume, but S3 is used for web scale automation. Whenever it's a kind of hard disk, you can store any amount of data and you can retrieve the data from anywhere from the web. But EBS is you can attach and detach it to a server, and even though if you detach it from the server, the volume will remain, and you can attach that volume to the next server if you launch the next time. And at the runtime only we can able to increase the size of the EBS by using attach and detach policies in the AWS. So that
Can you tell me what does the Ansible Galaxy command do?
Ansible Galaxy init, if you are trying to install Apache, at the time if you give Apache there, then it will create a template where we will be having the default syntax for an Apache role, which will be finder, a lot of things will be there, template, tasks, where we will write the exact task part. Exact task. Yes.
Template for the
correct. Yes, exactly. And we will have that Ansible Galaxy website itself, where we can see pre-written Ansible playbooks and what will be the exact files which needs to be there for that exact playbook based on the role. We can download that directly from the Ansible Galaxy site itself. EC2, yes.
So, what's the difference between instance in VPC and EC2 classic instance?
So VPC means virtual private cloud, where your server will be resides in a particular internet gateway. You can define a particular IP address range.
Okay, I will simplify the question for you. I will simplify this question for you.
Yeah.
You have one server in EC2 Classic,
okay.
one server in your VPC.
Okay.
Right. So, you can create later on if required. You have one VPC and you have larger Classic server.
Okay.
So, which server will be more manageable, or you can provide better security?
It will be in VPC only, right? It will be your virtual private cloud, and you will be dedicated with an isolated configuration based on the IP address or subnets and routing tables. Everything will be in our control.
So okay, as you are saying this, then my next question will be, assume that I have created a VPC.
Okay.
In which I have one private cloud, one private cloud, one public subnet, one private subnet.
Correct.
Alright.
Yeah.
In public subnet, I have internet access.
Correct.
Okay. And in private subnet, I don't have internet access.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
There is a small part. Now what happened is that I want internet access on my
private
subnet as well.
Yeah. Then you just need to define those two subnets and the routing table what will be there under that subnet in this virtual private cloud. Then based on that internet gateway, then you can first log into the server which will be having the public access. Then from public access server, you just log into the server where you have your private subnet.
Okay.
Then you can able to access the internet.
Allow me to complete the question.
Yeah.
So, I have one private subnet, I have one public subnet. On the public subnet, I have internet access. On private subnet, I don't have internet access.
Yeah.
Now, all I have done is I have created one NAT gateway.
Yeah.
in public subnet so that and have attached it in the right table and I have attached it in the right table with my private subnet so that it can access the internet.
Yes.
And I have attached that entire thing with an IG of my public subnet so that it can access the internet as well, right?
Correct.
And theoretically that means I should be able to access the internet.
Correct.
But due to certain restrictions which I have applied in somewhere in security,
Okay.
I'm not able to access the internet.
Okay.
So, can you tell me how will you troubleshoot this issue?
So first thing, see, like in VPC we have 3-4 main things we need to troubleshoot. Like first will be the VPC layer, then under that we will be having the subnet and route table, then internet gateway. So first I will go to the internet gateway where we will be having the route table information and the IP address range what we have given. Then I will check by using the ping command whether we are able to ping the IP address what we have dedicated over EC2 instance. If it is able to ping and the server which we have launched is within that IP address, if everything is fine, then automatically that has to work. And unfortunately if it doesn't work, then we need to create a case ticket to Amazon server so that service so that the dedicated Amazon person will help you out, like if it is having some issue like in between, like if it is an Amazon service provider issue, or like if it is really we are missing some configuration part from our end, like doing basic troubleshoot, and if we are not able to find out what exactly the issue, then we used to raise a case ticket to AWS itself. As we have a paid account, they used to give the resolution very fast, like maximum like 1 to 2 hours they used to get in touch with us, and directly they used to chat with us, and we used to close that very fast. Like that is what I do. Like maybe there will be more troubleshooting things in between.
It's fine, sir.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, would you check in a security group?
Security group?
Yeah. There can be some changes which you have missed in the security group. There can be changes which you have missed in ACL, which can cause the issue.
Security group.
Like we have to check in security group and network ACL as well, because there are the regions, there are the core areas which can affect your internet.
Correct.
So
add all ICMPs, and we need to do that, like all ICMP and source IPs of VPC what we have created in the security group, so that we can able to access, like if that will be the basic part, like if you come to the security group. The source IPs what we have mentioned in the route table.
Like you have mentioned, you monitor the entire application server.
Yeah.
And performing daily health checks and validating all the application and validation. How do you do it?
See, what I mean for that point is, like we have few of the services like Tuxedo services and those kind of services, they will be bounced on nightly basis. We are working for an US client, so the central timings at around 12 PM for our timing, those servers will automatically go down and it will come up within 5 minutes. At the time we have scheduled a cron job to check the status of those servers, and based on the server status after restart, it will send an automatic notification mail to our distribution list where
that's right.
Yeah.
But you work with Linux servers, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell me a command which I will use to find a free memory available on my server?
free-m.
Okay, free-m. If the free-m is somehow not working, then
df-h.
df-h will give you the disk size.
Yes.
I'm only asking about the memory. If somehow the free-m is not working or giving some issue, then let's say any alternate command which will you find or use to get to know what's available.
There is one command, but I'm not sure whether this will be the same. lsblk is the command. It will give the storage block of that server.
Yeah, obviously. The command which will you use is that will be top.
What's the name?
Top.
Okay. Okay, sorry, I don't know exactly that one. Like, I mean, I need to.
But the top command is like an.
Sorry. Top command you were saying?
Yeah.
I know. Top command, like, which will give the dynamic top,
exactly.
top
It's like
10
a task
CPU.
manager of Windows.
Yes, exactly. And it will dynamically update you the status of all the process if it is using more CPU utilization. I just missed, like, I was just not came across that. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever written any shell script or something like this?
Shell scripts in my current company I didn't written, but when I was working in my before to that company, like I used to write shell scripts. Here I don't have much requirement, but I can write shell scripting. It's not a problem. I have exposure on shell scripting.
Okay, so a simple question.
Huh.
I have to do the deployment on, I can say, 100 servers.
Okay.
Okay. I have listed up all the 100 servers.
Okay.
Okay. Now the point is I need to do the deployment on all the 100 servers at a single time.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And the sequence is log into the server.
Okay.
Stop there.
Okay.
Copy the war file.
Okay.
And start the server. This is the sequence.
Okay.
But there is a small catch that there are. Okay. Now we have 102 servers in all total available. Okay.
Okay.
102 servers are available. Out of which on 100 servers I need to do the deployment.
Okay.
Now there are remaining 2 servers. On 101 server I have Jenkins installed. And on the 102 server I have the war files available.
Okay.
Or war file available. Now all I need to do is using the Jenkins job, copy the file from source machine to all the destination machine in a single file. How will I do it? But make sure we don't need to copy it from source machine onto Jenkins, from Jenkins to remote machine, not like this.
Okay.
In one shot, from source machine to the destination. Have you guys done this?
No. For this, we were using only Ansible directly to copy the .war file in the bin folder for our server.
Or any idea if can you do it using shell script or something like this? We are using Ansible for it.
Yes.
So you can do it using FTP as well. Just giving you the answer. You have to use the option -3 is this. So it will copy the file from remote server to remote server.
Okay, -3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So currently you are using this approach in your environment?
3-4 months back I got this issue that
Okay, got it. Okay.
Something
Okay.
So
Okay.
They wanted something like this. But they have a problem was pretty much again complicated. They have set of war files.
Okay.
And there is a mapping with servers. So on one particular bunch of servers, we need to deploy one particular bunch of war files.
War files only, okay.
So I need to do the mapping again in the transcript, and according to the mapping, I need to deploy it on individual servers.
Okay.
So okay, a last question from my side actually.
Okay.
Can I choose a family of instance on the fly from without causing much extra billing from M1 large to T3 large? Can I change the family?
Yes. There is one option like without restart. There will be one option like for production server. They have given this. Means like by keeping in mind for production server, they have given that without restart there is one option when we are assigning when we are changing the family, the instance type of one EC2 instance.
I just asked the question actually asking for the curiosity.
Okay, no
You
problem.
have mentioned you have you use FTP.
Which one?
FTP, file transfer technology.
Yes.
So I'm just curious, like in these days, who use FTP? I mean, are you really using FTP to transfer a backup or something like this?
Actually, the problem is the current client what I am working is PD small, which is US healthcare domain, and they started initial building their application in only Unix level only. Their company itself, they are using
Your point was trying to use SFTP.
SFTP. Yes, we can use, but we are following document. In the documents most of the time they mentioned FTP only, so we used to use that approach, and sometimes most of the times I do SCP only rather than going for FTP putting and getting directly. I used to push by using SCP only.
I don't have any questions.